St Piers Morgan is as mainstream as it can get, and I want to represent our sport, MMA, in this country, in the country of the UK, and make it as mainstream as possible. So it's going to take guys like me to go on these big podcasts, these big interviews, these big media outlets, and try and represent our sport in a mainstream light as much as possible. And that's a big goal of mine, is to try and get MMA as mainstream as possible and as well recognised in this country. So that is one of my missions.
So at the moment, we're now in March when people watch this video. We've stayed quiet in obviously January, February. We pushed the Jones fight a lot last year, but we sort of said, right, crack on with training. Where do things stand?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people out there who know me mainly for talking about John Jones, which is a shame, because there's a lot of stuff that I've done in the UFC and I'm completely aware of that. Don't want to talk about, I've been staying away from the media and talking about John Jones a lot because, in all honesty, I'm sick of talking about it myself. But there needs to be updates. Do you know what I mean? I see a lot of articles out there online saying a load of different things that's just not true. Do you know what I mean? It's just not true. Where we're at right now is, I have spoke to the UFC on multiple occasions about this fight. I'm chasing it up. I want the fight. I've been on record and said that I want the fight. I've been on the phone with the UFC saying that I want the fight. When's it happening? I want the fight more than anyone. What is holding it up right now is his side. That's the truth of it. The UFC really, really want the fight to happen. They've told me that. This is, as I said, this is one of the biggest fights that can be made in MMA right now. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows it. It's just, does he want to put himself in a position where he's comfortable enough financially to take the risk that he's taking to fight me? And that is where we're at. Like, the UFC tell me, they assure me that they are doing everything they can to make this fight. So it's totally, as far as I'm aware, this is now totally down to John Jones and his team to work that out, because I'm in, the UFC are in. They assure me that they desperately want to make the fight. Every time I speak to them, they say we are working as hard as we can on the fight, and I'm literally just waiting for a date. I'm not bothered where it is.